how can the shot look to someone like me that doesn't know exactly the ins and outs of everything that's going on? The 10 and the 7 shot looked pretty much the same to me. What's the difference? What are we looking out for?
Yeah, I mean, we're shooting 70 metres, 122 centimetre face. Not much has to change for it to come out of this 10. It's the size of a CD. So, you know, things that could make it go right for a right-handed archer, it might be a little bit of pressure coming off the front bow arm, perhaps an error of the release, not as clean as usual. But the Romanian's just looking so strong now.
Yes, it really is. And it's just been a bit up and down. We've seen moments of brilliance from Valencia, like you're saying, shooting like the Koreans. And then the next shot, and that's a great compliment. They're the world's leading nation in archery, Korea, who aren't here for other reasons. Shooting like that in one shot, and then the very next shot, it all falls apart. But we're level at 4 apiece. Madalena Amastraya is right back in this. She's shooting first in the 5th and final set. So now the opportunity is there for Valencia. Quick shot and into the 10.
Good time with that shot, but just going high again.
Valencia says she can put this one to bed. You want her to finish strongly. Another 8. So a 24 for her again, and this is a massive opportunity for bronze. She needed no more than that. An 8 does it, and a 27. And Alejandra Valencia wins the bronze medal here in Guatemala City, beating Madalena Amastraya of Romania 6 points to 4. But what an intriguing battle between these two. Up and down, Nikki, wasn't it, really, for both of them?
Yeah, it really was. Some great ends, some not so great ends. I think, you know, Valencia's not going to be very particularly happy with that. It wasn't a great experience for her. But, you know, when things don't go to plan, they're the days you learn. So if it all goes to plan and it all goes really well, yep, you can go and win. But if it doesn't go to plan, then at least come away learning something new. So I'm sure she's going to reflect on that and build on it through this year.
Yeah, and it's not bad when you've come away from an event where you feel like you've got some things to learn and you've still got a bronze medal in your suitcase. So she does. She will be on the podium a little later on, and hats off to Madalena Amastraya and her coaching entourage. She is something new to look at for the future, that's for sure. But it's Alejandra Valencia who's taken bronze here in Guatemala. Brilliant shots to finish things off, and the fist bump from the coach. A beautiful performance, an intriguing one, up and down, but made it very exciting for the casual viewer. Beautiful stuff there as the targets are replaced. One more medal match to go in women's recurve, and that will be Deepika Kumari of India up against Mackenzie Brown, as the pair of them right there waiting to come out are going to go for gold at the first stage of the Hyundai Archery World Cup in its 15th season. And here they come. Deepika Kumari from India leading out the women's finalists. World number 9 going for gold in recurve women's here in Guatemala City. Kumari goes up against the 26-year-old American Mackenzie Brown, world number 90.
En la paca número 1 y representando Estados Unidos de América, Mackenzie Brown.
Brown will be shooting on target number 1. Kumari on target number 2.
Deepika Kumari. La juez del partido, Maya Chalabi.
So the athletes are ready to go. And the line judge there just indicating that it will be Deepika Kumari who will shoot first. Would you favour Kumari for this one?
Yeah, I would. Higher ranked, higher seeded coming in. Mackenzie's been a great archer in the past, had a bit of a dip. She's on her way back, but I think I'd go with Kumari on this one.
Yeah, be interesting to see how Mackenzie Brown starts against Kumari. But Kumari, the favourite for gold here in Guatemala City, and she will shoot first.
Nice and solid, straight in the 10.
Trust it. Good shot, just left.
Kind of shot that and then kind of had a look to see where it went. Not quite so sure. Boom.
Good focus, good finish.
Really nice group just to the left, to tweak on the sight.
Kumari can take the first 2 set points with a 9 here. I'm sure she'll be thinking about the perfect. She's got the 9. A 29 is enough for the first 2 set points for the Indian archer. Adjustment to the right, but still in the 9s. 27 for Mackenzie Brown. Not a bad start from the American. I don't think she'll be too disappointed. Clearly she's not got any points, but starting better than she did in the semi-finals. She snuck through. Now, as the targets are being cleared, it is worth mentioning the fact that you know, it's great to see these 2 athletes here. They fought their way through, but the Koreans, the most winning nation in archery, the leading nation in world archery, are not here, and it's worth just mentioning that whilst that is very sad, they've made it for very good reasons.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, with the restrictions, returning back to South Korea, they would have to self-isolate for 14 days. And for an archer, that is just not possible. This is a skill sport. It's a field sport. You need to be training regularly. So to be stuck in a hotel room in Olympic year, that is just not an option.
Yeah, so they've decided to stay at home and not compete on the World Cup circuit. But the good news is there's a new Olympic ticket to the Hyundai Archery World Cup Finals. Winners of the Olympic Games in Tokyo will get a ticket to the finals. So, for example, Kang Chae-young, who is the reigning champion from Korea, does have an opportunity to defend. I hear rumours that there might be a world ranking event in Korea as well before the Olympic Games, and that might give us a sneaky chance to have a look at the Korean lineup for the Olympics, which has been announced this week. But back here in Guatemala City, these 2 are fighting for their place at the Hyundai Archery World Cup Finals. Venue going to be announced later on this week, I understand. Mackenzie Brown trailing by 2 set points, shoots first, and that's the 4th 9 in a row for the American.
Just looked really solid there, didn't she? Great shot, straight in the 10.
Trust it. There it is. Another one. Show me another one.
So Mackenzie Brown finding the centre, and coach asking for another one. Drifting out to the 9. So a 10 here.
Trust it.
Will put some pressure on Kumari. Not happy.
You see the reaction, didn't you? Straight away she knew as soon as it was released.
So another 27 and a 9 will be enough for Kumari to take another 2 set points. She's dropped it into the 8, and that is a 27 for Kumari. Not happy with that, but she does salvage a set point, and it means that Mackenzie Brown is off the mark as well. Kumari leading 3 set points to 1. So a couple of stray arrows, one from each of them.
Yeah, she'll be disappointed with that, because really, you know, the momentum was there for her to take it, and then to drop it feels a bit, you know, come out badly. So Mackenzie will be happy. She's on the scoreboard. But yeah, they just haven't got their feel quite right, have they? Some of these shots are not quite where they want them to be, and they've just got to get back into the groove here.
We take a look back here. Kumari looking so strong at the beginning of the set, shooting a 10 and a 9. Mackenzie Brown equally looking very strong as well. 9 followed by a 10 for her, and then a big twitch on the last one, pulling it out into the 8. Or no, we shouldn't call it a twitch. The reaction was clear that she wasn't happy with the shot. She's off the mark. She's got away with a single set point, trailing by 3 points to 1. Mackenzie Brown will start set number 3.
Yep.
Looks so much better. Good confidence, good timing, solid. Good shot, just out. Just tweaking the sight a little bit high left.
Oh.
That's unlucky, just below the 10. Having a bit of a joke with the coach as well, so I think she's feeling less of the pressure now.
Called an 8, but marked for a measure.
Yes, please.
That one's close as well. Called a 10, so a 29. No indication of a measure. Well, that looks like it's just gone into the 9. So even if that 8 is marked up to a 9, it's not going to be enough for Kumari to level up with Mackenzie Brown. So just like that, Mackenzie Brown is all square at 3 set points each. Now let's focus on Mackenzie Brown, a 10, 9, 10. Great shooting.
Yeah, she really got back into a groove there. Like I said, after that second arrow, a little smile to the coach, feeling much more confident. Kumari, on the second shot, just after, I noticed she pulled her arm guard up. Whether that was just coincidental, it wasn't feeling in the right place, or whether she just clipped it. She had that low arrow down into the 8 on that arrow, so I don't know whether she just caught her arm.
And when you're talking about catching on, you mean the bowstring coming through and collecting it on the way?
So as we release the bow with a recurve, so it's on your fingers. If you imagine the string is going to go inward towards the archer first and then swing outward away from them, so it's like a little S shape going towards the target. So it hits your arm on the way back, so it may have just hit her arm guard on the way back, or she might have just clipped her arm guard as the arrow went through, which may have then caused it to lose a little bit of speed and just go low into the 8.
Well, 3 apiece in terms of set points here. The pressure has just ramped up a tiny notch more. It was already 20 degrees outside when we started this session. I fear the athletes may be feeling a little more hot than that. 3-all, set number 4. Kumari will shoot first.
X10. Exactly what she needed. Put the pressure on. Just drifting wide of the 10. Not far. A long hold. 5 seconds remaining, and it's gone into the 8.
Trust it. Right there with it.
So all square after 2 arrows each. So this set has come down to the final arrow. Just into the 9. So a 10 here for Mackenzie Brown.
Good finish.
And she'll be in the lead.
Yep.
Well, and there it is. And there was a little bit of steering by the looks of things on that one.
It did seem to be a little bit, and a big smile as she realised what she'd done.
So 28 for Mackenzie Brown, and she has shot into the lead. She is now 5 set points to 3 up. and was, well, I'm not going to say all at sea after 2 sets, but she was certainly 3-1 down. The last 2 sets, she's hit 3 10s and 3 9s. It's been more than enough to overtake Deepika Kumari, who is starting to look like she's feeling the pressure of the final here. And there was the big steer from Mackenzie Brown, and a little smile from her, affording herself a moment to let the emotion wash over her before going back into business mode. Kumari been working on the mental side of her game, just starting to show signs of pressure here in this final. We'll go into a 5th and final set here. Mackenzie Brown with 1 foot on the gold medal step of the podium. Kumari shooting first to stay in the match.
Yes.
What a great reply. X10. Better timing. Not missing it by much, but just into the 9. Looked like a good shot. Again, just drifting right.
Trust it. Good focus. Good finish.
It's a good opportunity here for Mackenzie.
Yep. Show me another one.
She's leveled things up. So now Kumari's got to put down the biggest possible score she can to put some pressure on Brown. Into the 10, that's what she needed, a 29, she's back. But Mackenzie Brown can win gold here with a 10. She's pulled that one to the right and it's gone into the 9, and look at that, what a joy it is to watch this archery after such a long time. We're getting brilliant matches. Deepika Kumari has leveled things up, 5 set points apiece after regulation 5 sets, so we will have a shoot-off for gold in the recurve women's final. What more could you ask for, Nikki?
Oh, it couldn't be tighter, could it? She just didn't look happy with that last arrow, Mackenzie, as it went off. You could see it in her face. She was nervous as to what was going to happen, but it was enough to tie. And we're going to see each of these archers shoot 1 more arrow, and it's just the closest to the middle.
Great stuff. Can't ask for more. After 18 months without a Hindustan Archery World Cup Series stage, we have got bags of brilliant archery so far here from Guatemala City. First time that Guatemala have hosted a Hindustan Archery World Cup stage. I fancy it won't be the last.
Oh, it's been a fantastic week of shooting.
Kumari, as we said, has been working on a mental game. What better way to test it out than a 1 arrow shoot-off for gold and a place, a guaranteed place at the Hindustan Archery World Cup Finals at the end of the season. It is all down to this. Clearing the target faces at the moment, clean targets, because this is 1 arrow closest to the center. If there's a measure required, they don't want any holes from the previous sets in the targets. Gives a moment for the athletes to either panic or get themselves set up for this shoot-off. Both of them taking a slightly different approach. Kumari had her words early with her coach and then just sat back and just went with inside herself. She's going to shoot first in shoot-off gold.
Good focus, good finish.
A 9.
Good, strong shot. Good focus, good finish. Trust
In the
it.
10, and it will be gold for Mackenzie Brown. That's in the 9, and I think that's further out.
Yeah.
I think Deepika Kumari has taken the first stage of the Hindustan World Cup Series here in Guatemala City with a shoot-off 9. Nikki, what a match, but it is Kumari, isn't it? She's taken it.
She has indeed, yeah. I mean, were just expecting a 10 from either of them there, but 9 was good enough to take it and to book her place in the World Cup finals later this year. Wow.
Brilliant stuff. Confirmation then that Deepika Kumari from India is the champion here at the Hyundai Archery World Cup Series Stage 1 in Guatemala City. And she will go to the finals at the end of the season. Very sporting from Mackenzie Brown there. She must be very disappointed not to have won, but standing with her opponent for a photo op, really, really good to see that kind of respect between archers, which is well known on the circuit.
Yeah, definitely. You know, these girls to travel around the world together, and there's definitely that mutual respect between them.
It's been a long time, but we've been waiting for this sport to get back underway, and it's been a brilliant return to archery here in Guatemala City. The women's recurve individual gold medal goes to Deepika Kumari of India. Still more to come though today. Let's go and have a chat with Deepika Kumari.
Deepika, back on the podium here in Guatemala, how do you feel with these 2 gold medals?
It's a long time I play in like in a box, and I'm still shivering. So it's feeling great. At the same time, feeling happy and feeling nervous. So both.
Shoot-offs are always nerve-wracking. What do you focus on to win that shoot-off there?
Actually, it's very difficult part that the sound duk 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 duk. It feels actually very nervous, but I just focus on shooting and on my form. Yeah.
How meaningful is this medal for you today?
How many?
How meaningful is it for you winning these 2 gold medals in this season?
They all medals like give us so many confidence.